Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one. This is Sunday Madness 55, the 55th edition. It's brought to my attention, YouTube is under new management, new things going on. Let's talk about Susan, the woman that stepped down. And I heard about this, was it last month? I think last year too by Psycho Candy. He predicted this too. He predicted this in last year. I told y'all, man, it's gonna be some changes. And then he said something about that Section 230. That ain't got nothing to do with us. I think that has something to do with the internet. And people get caught up on the other things. So it's pretty much what we've seen as we should. But let me see what category this in. I'm setting it up because how they have it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna save it. And he predicted it. He predicted it. So he predicted what was going to happen um this year, and he said something like that last year. Last time I did a stream, I think it was like a Sunday Madness stream. That was like Sunday of last year. He said something about that. Yeah, she was gonna leave or something. But see, YouTube has changed. Like I told you, this is getting ready for election year next year. I told you, y'all better be ready, man. This wasteland culture is here. It's here to stay, and a lot of things are happening now. I know people was talking about her stepping down. I'm not surprised. I mean, I've heard that last year from him in the chat room, and I'm glad his prediction came true. But it's all of a sudden, people's trying to be reformed this year. This year is kind of it's somewhat of a wash, but it ain't a great year. It's like you're on the tipping point of next year's election. A lot of people don't care, but I care because it determines where we're at now. That war over there is just the start of the beginning of the end. You gotta learn how to survive out here and actually put things in perspective. What's going on? So I'm not saying that to be mean or anything, but yeah. And I'm just okay. Relay tower. And then it's just like it's just like something that's I understand what's going on, but today I just want to talk about that a little bit, but not as much. But but the Super Bowl, it's just like I predicted. It was a close game. I said this like last Sunday, this past last Sunday was a Super Bowl. It's like we had an early stream, and I'll never forget it. But yeah, my Eagles will be back. It's gonna be a great year. And what hurt them was the headline. I told y'all about that fucking headline with the what you call it with old boy with the Miami's defensive coordinator, man. Like that stuff's got to stop, and that stuff's got to stop, man. Like that coordinator's got to stop. Oh my god, what did I hit? Under chess piece, man. I'm sorry, I'm just a little distracted, y'all, but you know how it is. How it is. It's damn. Oh, we don't have creatures like that realistically. Oh man. It's crazy, but yeah, it's a crazy time. But the Super Bowl just passed. I know this is All Star Weekend. I miss the slam dunk contest. The NBA has just been wailing on me. Yeah, the All Star game's probably boring as hell. And it's just what it is. It's just what it is. People just get caught up on the shit and they just like saying, "Hey, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do our thing." And I'm not really caring too much, so to speak. But it's just let's just get on with it. You know. But like I said, when you see things is coming, what's happening right now, the culture is changing. Now, her stepping down doesn't change the fact that YouTube is what it is and, Google, but Google's in trouble in a lawsuit. This is not good for the whole site in general. But this is ramping up what 2024 is going to be. Are they going to replace this with something else, or this, or they won't able to, shut down? Because this is the future. I told you, get yourself saved up and all this other stuff. This website won't last much longer because if they ever decide to shut this thing down, I'm good with it. There's other platforms. I can do Rumble, I can do whatever. But that's the thing that I got to see what's going on, you know? But that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. What you see is what you get. People just gonna get caught up whatever. But then again, it is what it is. It's just like I see this is coming right away, but I don't understand why people get caught up on live streams and things like that. I know the woman like saying she was, I'm listening to my man World Class right now. I know he's streaming, but yeah, they got to do better. Yeah, they're speaking out. They're in the front lines right now, and I've heard this 3 years ago when I was on the Black Brain Trust and they was talking about the women that was not Black Brain Trust. We was on Melody's panel. Excuse me. We was on Melody's panel 3 years ago, and then I think Complex Design said something, and I was listening to the conversation. Y'all on the front lines when things are happening to you like that. When you have girls and whatever, talk about kids and female children, y'all on the front lines, ladies. I mean, you got to protect you with that. And what did my man Nate said it from that bozo? So it happens all the time. But y'all responsible for the actions, the enabling of your children. That's why dudes be talking the most shit because they're enabled to say the shit. That's why you see all these damn horrific trauma bonding panels that you see right now. So they ain't saying shit. They ain't doing nothing productive. They ain't being efficient with their work. They ain't being efficient with themselves off here. You know what I'm saying? They doing the same old, and you're enabling them to do fuck shit. You know what I mean? That's the problem with most people online. They get caught up on silliness, but not fixing the real problem, the real issues. They don't want problem solvers. They just want to create more habitual trauma bonding. It's like a religion. Habitual trauma bonding. I said that. Oh, I did a stream on that on Sunday Madness, and y'all just totally forgot what I was talking about, right? But we're gonna get y'all jog our memory down memory lane. And yeah, I had some heavy hitters that was on my live. Um, was it 2 years? I think early two around this time, 2 years ago. Not 2 years ago, but last year, and it's pretty much that simple. So y'all gotta understand this stuff is happening as we speak. As we speak, it's happening. But I know people are talking about the dramas and things like that, but it's really not that simple to get upset. But then again, you got women out here telling what's about to happen and what's unfortunate. It's pretty much like, okay, we here and this stuff, and I'm just like, look at here. The stuff we talking about right now. Why is this thing in the tube fucking up the live sound? I don't understand that. Man, that's broken on here. But it is what it is. I'm gonna back in, see what's going on. Everybody's doing the same thing I'm doing. I've been doing Sunday content for the past, well, I'll say 2 years and last and whatever. But it's like, it's the same old, same old. You just get caught up with it. I'm just gonna go back to my man's right here. He's streaming world class or something else, but he's holding these mental health and environment. Yes, that's a great topic. We're going to talk about that too. We did a stream like that. Like, was it 2 years ago? and we had everybody on the panel about mental health and all this stuff. It's a sickness. It goes for both genders, but normally you see this stuff all the time. What you're seeing right now, 2024, is the after effects of the lockdown. Now these companies done made money off of people. Now they trying to leave and tuck their tail and run. That shit ain't gonna fly. 2024, it's a wrap for Google. Quiet as kept. They may sell YouTube. YouTube can't hold by itself. Quiet as kept, it's a good commodity. Somebody may buy it off of them, so don't be surprised if they get bought. But Google will want them on their apps because they did control YouTube at one time, and Google may be separated, be bought by like an Elon Musk type. See, Elon showed you how it's done. Even though Twitter has little problems, but it ain't real problems. He can get out of it. He's competing with other billionaires. There's more billionaires that can buy this site. Y'all do know that in a certain company. We see this shit all the time. See, Microsoft is their competitor. So yeah, which computers you like. Most people use Microsoft. Most use Windows. A lot said everybody use Apple. No, Apple is trash worldwide. Nobody uses Apple worldwide. Who uses computer worldwide? Windows, Microsoft. Come on now, especially America. That's their standard. They use Motorola as like the number one brand in technology of cell phones. Out of all the other stuff, they're not number one, but their cell phones is top notch. Let's just keep it real. But most people like Motorola's, or they used to have those Blackberries, but I ain't gonna get into their brand. Some of the Samsung, they up there like top 3 tier, but it's still number one in the States. And that's a shame in sales, but that's how you got to look at these companies. They're competing who's number one, who's giving off the most energy. But Google loves advertisement money. Google makes money through advertisement. Now they try to say YouTube makes through advertise money. That's not true. YouTube makes other ways of making money, not just advertising, but a combination of promotion and things like that. But the people behind them controls YouTube. Why I say that is because you YouTube is controlled by Google because it's mob rule. They have a mob like mentality mindset. Didn't work online. It worked in person, but never work online. Why? You got control over the place. You know what I'm saying? You got control over the place. That's just how I look at it. But when you see people coming through and talk about the real, they expect the real. You know what I'm saying? They expect the real. So next time y'all see people coming in and understanding how the world works, you might want to look at the big picture. And that's how I look at it. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been playing this Fallout game for a minute. And I finished the game. I done played some new DLCs and got some power armors, some guns. This is gonna help me when I play the Brotherhood of Steel character. I'm gonna call him Nate according to story and side with the Brotherhood and just stick with their story arc and things like that. Cause certain things I miss. I'm gonna study it what I want and certain armor pieces I want to prolong my game and shit. Right? That's the thing, you know. But then again, you gotta be that person. But but you gotta understand this is the stuff that we see all the time. And we see this all the time, but Susan stepping down doesn't really bother me as much because they said, who's that new person? He's just gonna be who he is. Let me see. But I'm just looking at what's going on. Let me inject the holotape. Yeah, I can play this later. Oration site. Yeah, I'll check it. I'll leave it on pause for a minute. Quick save it before it gets corrupted. Yeah, I'm gonna talk. Wait till get some hours in. I'm gonna go 2 hours a day. I'm gonna go 2 hours a day. I'll stop around 4, 15 or something like that. Yeah. What's going on, Tampa? Salute. Yeah, Sunday Madness. Yeah, it is. But when it reached the four something, but round three something, we're gonna talk about some more things. But then again, you just see things for what it is. But YouTube has been faltering for the last couple of years, man. Like it's been over. The pandemic just made it worse. They have no options. These live streams were extreme, and I was a part of it during the pandemic days. 2021 was my best year coming. It was my comeback year. It was the best year I ever did in views, and it's people still look at those videos like it was something. I did that shit, man. Like, yeah, it started out, and then later the microphone makes a big difference. You know what I'm saying? It makes a big, big difference. I learned that people get caught up with it and just like saying, hey, you do this stuff and you just expect people to see through what's going on, right? But then again, you just like, all right, we just here and we just start talking. Hmm? That's how I look at it. You know, that's how I look at it. But I'm trying to fight through this yawning, this sleeping, and it's just what it is. But her stepping down, shots of the Psycho King. He said this last year, I believe, in the chat room. He said she's stepping down, and at first I played it off like it was nothing. I said, "There's no way she has a reason to step down." We know, but the 230 said, "I don't give a shit about that. All that is just." It's actually hurting Google and YouTube. It's not hurting us. A lot of people say it's hurting us. No, no, it's hurting corporations because then you don't know who's going to run in 2024. Because I told you, 2024 is going to be a great year. We don't know what year it's going to bring. We don't know if it's going to be Armageddon. We don't know if it's going to be nuclear, or we're just going to see a continuation of experiment on people getting killed left and right. Or let's say the government's so corrupt, they got more weapons around. So you know what I'm saying. But the thing is about us as a people that want to serve and turn the yacht, it's short. I don't know if Esau's laying down the hammer, but he's not going to go out without a fight. He will fight us. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're on the opposition, you may never know, man. Wasteland Coach is here. I try to tell y'all gotta understand this stuff is happening right now. You got people talking about the fallen bros, aka passport bros. They're really fallen because they think buying pussy over there makes it official. And I try to tell them it's nothing wrong with that. Y'all not getting wives. They labeled you as P files anyway because the people that run it, it's been exposed. Now the guy that found it, that don't mean anything. He's just a nigga that found it, but his group got hijacked probably years ago. Like, dude, no one cares about if you travel to go get some ass. But what I care about is they paint us as the bad guys. You know what I'm saying? Other races don't like us. I try to tell y'all about that story about Black Pride and his former wife and talking about traveling. The rest of the world don't like us like that. I'm trying to tell you, just be careful when you travel. Now you got my man Nate talking bad about you. He can't even travel because he used to do that and it was exclusive. He's right. It never was. Now I disagree with him on a few things, but I agree with him on one thing. Yes, it was exclusive to certain people, but I disagree with his format. No, everybody travels for a different reason. Now, if you want to travel for pussy, that's your thing. I ain't gonna judge you, but I don't like how y'all be aggressive and try to brag like these dudes over here. Don't do that because it makes you no better than the niggas that y'all hate the most. You know what I'm saying? Like the so-called, the P's and R's, but you're doing the exact very same thing they're doing. Overseas hoes are gonna talk bad about you. That's why I can't take that movement seriously because that movement's been trashed since day one. And 2020, uh, 2020, I saw the evidence of its downfall. And prior to that, now y'all may have had a thing, but it's been a downfall movement ever since. So again, the fallen bros, the fallen ones, they don't know what the hell they're gonna do. They're just gonna be dumb and be ignorant. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I know everybody don't like when people got gear and stuff and all this stuff. I'm just gonna turn this off. But shouts out to him, because world class be going in. He's got a good show and all this stuff. I got to focus on mine right here. See, you dudes got to understand things are changed for a reason. This is why I don't do a lot of panel talking. I don't do much now. I do mines over here. I still do them, but not to go on else's platform and do panel. No, I don't do that because I feel like there's strife amongst certain people, and I don't want to get into that scat with them. I ain't got time for that. I got my own problems to deal with. So when you look at it, you see the big picture. And that's how I got to see what's going on. But unfortunately, you got certain individuals still stuck on stupid and see what's going on. But the passport thing, not impressed. And me and Nate, we're not impressed by that. I mean, you can travel, that's cool. I would travel to a real country, but they don't show it. I don't like showing prostituted women from other countries or any females. I just don't do that. Out of respect, I don't do that. Unless they have permission, you pay them. Niggas don't want to pay. But you got to understand something. This is the world we live in. This is the world y'all want to live in. And then y'all say y'all can get away with it. Y'all not. Now, I'm not saying you can't travel. You can travel for the right reason. Don't travel for the wrong reasons and then make us look bad. Now we got to fix our image to a certain. I don't give a damn about the media. Listen, the media's hurt on it. The media ain't got nothing to do with it. Our image is bad enough when the media looks at us crazy. You know what I'm saying? You want a good reputation, not a bad one. Well, Austin Holloman is not the forefront of that shit. He may have sued, but he's just a nigga. And I just said what it is in a nutshell. And I see this all the time, man. I see this all the time. I see this all the time. But one thing I can say about me moving forward, I'm gonna be talking about some real topics in politics, or more on current events, what's going on, and yeah, pedophilia is on a rise. Always have been. And other countries said they don't allow that stuff. Well, other countries is somewhat stricter, but that's propaganda too, because it's already in their countries as we speak. You see it in Brazil already with the McDonald's thing, with the diabetes thing. I saw that. Chile and them other countries are stricter. They pushing that shit out. But Brazil and them other sorry countries that don't have that military prowess, they have to suffer. So I'm saying, but we don't have to suffer in a country that we are privy to. So then again, people think those countries are better. They're better, but they're not really that better if they have corruption. I mean, for sakes, I mean, look at Haiti. I mean, Haiti's a mess, but I did see a documentary that Nate showed that there was a guy named Barbecue. Now, I had never heard of a nation guy's name or nickname named Barbecue. I forget his real name, but he posted it on his stream. Talk about the two cultures like Dominican Republic and Haiti on one island, but they have like a half. Like they show a trail how it's divided. I said, damn, that's a damn shame. And then Port-au-Prince is constantly fighting that. Now they got a city called Bel Air. I thought that was interesting. I thought it was hilarious when they called them. So I said, man, they take this shit too serious. They must have loved America. Come to find out, there's some secrets there. But it's just what it is. But yeah, then again, you see what's going on. I think PPT done calmed down some. Red's doing her thing on a live stream. But shouts out to the people. Do your thing, man. I ain't tripping. I ain't jealous of it. I get mines. Get mines regardless. And it's just what it is. But then again, live streaming is, some people say it's future. It's future when you do real conversations. But what I'm hearing lately, people are just falling off. It's just what it is. But Sunday Madness is one of those streams that has this far, far more stuff than the nigga shit. I just want y'all to understand that this stuff is valuable information. You just got to understand how to do your own research and things like that. I don't debate people on here, especially on the internet. It's a waste of time. And I'm glad he mentioned Blue Destiny. He said you got killed by Blue Destiny in that debate. If it was a real debate when they talk about that 1% shit, he won that argument. Now it's like people think he didn't win that argument. You know what I mean? Trying to fight this little drainage. Nikki Bella Pazzi. Let's see what I got on my watch later. More Fallout content. But yeah, it's very addicting. Come with some bills in the future, but I've been looking at the subscriber named Oxhorn, man. He's dropping lore after lore and just, you know, understand the story. And that's how I look at it. And that's how I look at it. When you see things is going on around the world and just be like, all right, you and all and things like that. But if you ever play Fallout, they known for two things: power armor and the Pip Boy with the blue jumpsuit. That's the whole concept of the game. You could customize them with the Pip Boy and all that stuff. I got a customization of the Pip Boy, and it's called Children of Adam. My man joined a clique in Far Harbor. And that's how I look at it in so many words. But yeah, people just get caught up on what's going on and all this stuff. But yeah, I've been focused on playing this game and as a hobby too. Another one of my hobbies, I said, man, Fallout is something else. I see why people like customization and building and settlements and stuff. But that's the thing. I was playing it. I said, I'm glad I play all the DLC so I can play my other save. I'm about to do real soon. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight or whatever. And that's what I've seen lately. And that's how I look at it now. And then when you get caught up, you just like saying, "Hey, you know, stuff is happening, but ain't much going on in the tube, but but the news is like it's obvious." Yeah. Yeah. Truth as we know it, going against the Grand Master. Truth as we know it. I didn't know you was going against BGS like that. I knew he was a clown. I tried to tell you he was a clown. He been listening to me. Make some good points. I told you they tired of that nigga, man. They tired of that nigga. Oh man, man, you listen to Fit Nelly. Get out of here, bro. Why are you addressing me? Is it the lack of accountability for me? Wrong folks TV. Yeah, we. Yeah, I'm just looking at that. Oh, I gotta see the music Soul Child with shouts out to Gilly and them $1 million worth of game. White discrimination. Oh my God. Alvin Preach is on fire today. 4 Supreme Court cases could destroy YouTube and the internet warning. 4 Supreme Court cases. Yeah. See, Google, let me tell you something about Google right now. Let me tell you something about Google and YouTube right now. You know that FCC shit? Y'all know that FCC shit? Y'all know about that the FCC's been investigating YouTube and Google for years since 2019. That's what this is about. There's a lot of sick shit going on the internet. And that's all platforms. You saw what happened to Tumblr. Now they on their heads. It's a combination of that too. A lot of people try to say it ain't. No, it's that and a lot of other stuff. I'm gonna tell you a secret. The reason this is going on in Clarence they effed up. Most people say fucked up, but effed up. Is because they're done. They're done. So I hate to say it, Joe Biden's cleaned that shit up. That's it. It's a lot of misuse and it's money. And let me tell you, let me tell you a secret. Let me tell you a secret. It's all about that cash, but a cash is nothing but a damn tool, right? And it can put some people locked up over this. You can't blame the people that's using the website or Google. No, they looking into it. They gonna monitor what's what. So YouTube and Google's trying to pretend they care about us, but they really don't. Because people going on platforms like Rumble, and that's it. You got to be careful, man. Got to be careful. They say it hurt the internet. I said not necessarily. It's hurting them. They said it'll affect us. No, it's hurting them. Y'all get caught up on the BS and they got y'all. Don't believe in a lie. Just I don't really post as much. I post in these live streams just to get out under it. Because this year is nothing but 2024. We already know who's going to determine the internet anyway. Anyway, to my Anthony Davis broke Will Smith. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. When I was in the workplace, I saw the game. This is when they was wearing the black and gray and the so yeah, they was still wearing that. There was no such thing. It was East or West. There was no such thing was Team LeBron and whoever, right? There was none of that. That was added by LeBron years later. Is what it is. But yeah. But shouts out to Information Man for posting that stream. I don't know. I may check him out later. But it is what it is. Y'all gotta understand this stuff is happening as we speak. And they try to say it could hurt the internet. No, it's gonna hurt the companies of the internet. They're gonna give them a penalty. If you try that shit, they're gonna knock your shit down. So y'all gotta understand a lot of that stuff that you see online, they're gonna take some of that stuff down. Like I understand that people get caught up on the gender shit because y'all still blinded by that bullshit. And y'all gotta understand this stuff is happening in real time. So y'all gotta be mindful of what's going on here. So the world's changing. Internet's changing. It's a big change in everything. Now the 230, they try to say it's some other shit, but it's not. It reminds me of the FCC. If you want to go back 2019, and I remember this. This is why I even did content again. And I remember people was tripping about the videos being changed, yes or no, and everybody kept pressing yes like a bunch of idiots. Because yes means they can delete you anytime. I say it's not for children. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. That's what this is about. If this law that we saw from 2019 and what is this 2023, you already know by that time 4 years ago. 4 years ago. See, this is 4 years. 4 years ago, they had a problem. That was leap year. 4 years ago was leap year in February, right? So 4 years ago, we had leap year. I don't know when leap year is gonna come around this time. YouTube and I said Google. I said this before. I said this in 2021. This may not last because of that shit. Because I remember 2019, people was panicking, had to move their content. But see, I had YouTube for a minute. Never did live stream. Thank goodness I didn't because I didn't want to be a part of that. But I became a part of it 2 years later after that year when they announced the FCC thing. And next thing you know, boom, it's right now. So basically, that's what that is to me, because that section and all that they're looking at lawsuits, all that Supreme Court, it's some federal shit. That's why we're staying out of it, because let them handle it. Who's gonna buy it? Who's gonna sell Google and YouTube? This is business. I don't think no one's getting charged. I believe this is business. The business of them two is gonna fold, like I told you. The competition is gonna break up. So that means Rumble's trying to reach in and other websites trying to compete with YouTube. Twitter and everybody else don't count. I'm talking about the ones that do video sharing and just strictly video and content creation or live streams and things like that. That's the thing they're looking at. It's not an issue what we're saying. It's just gonna get viewed, but certain people gonna follow it. It's media work. You got another thing coming, but that's the thing that I see right now. You know what I'm saying? But I was looking at that. Why they kept saying 230 is gonna be bad? No, it's gonna affect Google and YouTube because the FCC thing. You have to go back what you got on your videos. By law, you got to have that. By law, you got to have that by any means, because that's what this is about. Really, it's about that. Because if it ain't really about that, what else they ain't telling you? You know what I'm saying? This stuff is going to continue long term. If this site stays up, it's gonna be under new management. You ain't gonna say what you want to say. I'm gonna stop saying completely because by next year it's pre-recorded content. I'll do a live stream and talk about everything else. I ain't trying to get monetized. Their monetization system is terrible. So they may change some rules, they may not. But the new owner may, he may not. We'll see. Because most people like entertainment anyway. If you have rated R content, they'll rate your content rated R, and it's not a good thing. You're not gonna get flagged. You're just gonna keep doing what you're doing, and that's your content. You get that message out. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing about the internet. They said the internet will go bye bye. Technically, it's not. Internet's always gonna be here. It's just 230. Like YouTube hurt the internet in a way, and now you got people don't want to lose that. See, they're gonna push that, causes strife and nonsense. But anyways, but that's all I got on that because I'm not gonna speak on it as much because I ain't trying to get popped. You know how sensitive these weirdos are. But anyways, but that's what you gotta look forward to. So you gotta learn to survive out here. And yes, we'll do a stream this coming Thursday, and we're gonna be mild on this one. We ain't gonna go extreme, but we're gonna talk about what's really going on around the world. So what's going on around the world? You got people caught up on the same stuff, right? And that's the thing that you got to hear all the time, all day, every day, right? But I just saying what's going on in many words, but people just get caught up with these mindless fractions and distractions. What's going on? But yeah, that stuff is going to happen. It's going to continue. I told you the wasteland culture is here. It is what it is. But I'm gonna go on mute for like 15 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go on mute. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, I just had some thoughts about what's going on, but yeah, that's what this thing's about. The FCC is no joke, and it's out here, and they just doing a thing while people get caught up on some shit. But when you look at things, what's going on around the world, like that Ukraine shit is really dwindling, and you got to understand that that stuff is not going to go away. That's a prime example why the world is changing, and the internet is just one aspect, but it gets to a point that people get tired of the same old stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying y'all can't have fun or anything, but you got to look at the big picture. That stuff is going to continue long term. So you got to look at the big picture of why people are going to do what they're going to do. You see, I'm not surprised what's going on. And the way of internet life as you know it, Lop said it's going to be over. It's not going to be over. It's just a piece of advice. Stop trying to promote nonsense. And that stuff is going to continue. They're going to regulate everything. So they're looking at these celebrities as what they are. And it's just, I don't understand why people get so irritable about that. I don't understand why people get caught up on that. You know, yeah, I'm trying to get up on here and do things like that, but just trying to get, just in thought. But why I say this is gonna cripple some content creators? It's not gonna cripple everybody. It's gonna cripple these organizations, like how y'all do business with people. And people are tired of kids getting bothered. The internet is already broken, and I'm not defending nobody. It's just bad parenting. Like, y'all wanted this shit, and you get what you get. You're gonna get what you pay for. And these companies ain't your parents. They could throw everybody under the bus. You can't trust nobody. This stuff is a business. Somebody's gonna get sued. Google's gonna sue them for harassment and things like the FCC. It is war. When you're a private company, you do weirdo shit. They got you. It's ball game, man. Just be careful with these companies and wherever you sign, and they'll probably talk to you about it. Did they harm you and everything else? The government's trying to see, are you a terrorist or some shit? That's basically what they're doing. It's foul and it's sick, and they do this all the time. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. That stuff is foul, man. And they expect people to take it. But when you're over here doing decent content, things go left. I don't understand why people just get caught up on the silliness with the gender nonsense, but that's to further divide us long term. You know, I'm just saying it for what it is. Let me look at it right here. Army Terminal. Let me see something right quick. I'm going here for a minute. Yeah, but that's how it is. But people get tired. They get tired of that stuff, and then FCC laws is acting crazy. I don't know why he throw a goddamn grenade like that. Goddamn grenade like that. See, I don't get that. This little armor bot or wherever he needs to stop that shit, bro. You don't do shit like that. You don't throw grenades like that. That's stupid. Yeah, Fusion Core 40. Okay. Throwing like I don't understand that. Like, what's the purpose of throwing grenades at me? Fucking up my arm and shit. We don't be doing that. Bruh. Cut that shit out. And I just cleared this area too. Yeah, it's just like the one he be throwing grenades at them creatures. But yeah, Fallout's an interesting game. So, this series it talks about the same thing I'm talking about, people doing nuclear stuff. And so I didn't know this game talked about nuclear culture, wasteland, people living off bottle caps and shit. Oh, we don't I ain't gonna say I hope we don't live like that, but it's a possibility. Think about it, because if you keep living like this in Esau's kingdom, it's a possibility if you're able to survive. But I don't think as God's people, I mean, Yah's people will end up like that. No, prophecies have to be managed, and it cannot be broken. You can't break prophecy. It's just what it is. It's just when you see these futuristic games and movies and stuff like they talk about androids and all that stuff. I think Fallout exposes the BS of culture. Any culture in the world that has corruption, it's just obvious in with these groups, especially with these factions, especially with corporations that do tech like YouTube and Google. It's basically you're seeing the same thing all over again. See, a lot of messaging is there, right? What's going on, music? Oh, Tony Anderson, what's going on, Tony Anderson? Salute. And it's just like, why? Why is it that we see this stuff? I tell you why. You know, the people that's in power, they control all this stuff in the narrative. Now you see people trying to uprise and going paranoid. I just saw the Fit Fool, whatever his name is, and he has his own channel. I guess he got tired of Fresno and he want to do his own thing. Interesting turn of events. Everybody's changing on me. And I think that's a good thing because you see some changes in people. You used to see him together with someone else, and then he's by himself going solo. See a lot of changes. A lot of changes. Get my sinus under control. Get my sinus under control. Coming out of my right ear, you know, the weather's trying to change a little bit. It's still winter. Days getting longer, you know. I think President's Day's tomorrow because Washington birthdays is Wednesday. It's really Wednesday. And it is what it is because most people be off Monday. Monday, I ain't gonna do that much content, so don't expect anything. You know what I mean? Don't expect anything. Don't expect anything. It is what it is. Same difference. Okay, salute, salute, salute. Music therapist. I like that. Y'all subscribe to his channel. He's got some great shit. He be making beats like crazy. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, you know, I know people on the BS. Shouts out to Absalom. He shared about Big J, man. That's like, you know, that's just Big J. That's what he does, Absalom, man. Known as APTV. You know, he known to do stuff like that. He's been on that gorillary, what Platinum would be say. I ain't gonna say the S word, and he's just, I'm not a self. He says, say goodbye to common sense teaching. And I'm just like saying, like, you know, nature, I say common sense. Yeah, man. But you know, the internet's not. You know, most people say the internet's dead. It's not dead. You know what's wrong with it? It needs to be regulated in certain aspects. But these companies, the way they get their money from, yes, from advertising, but they get it for something else. You don't know what these people be doing overseas. Think about it. See, Supreme Court and all these courts in America, they look into that. See, this is all political too, because if you think about 2024, whoever's going to be president, they're going to protect these companies. These companies will never be protected as much as you think. It's about money. Joe Biden's putting pressure, and I don't think he's going to run again. If he does run again, he's going to definitely put pressure on Google and YouTube. He's trying to regulate it to size what, like television. These governments are dirty. You can't trust what they say and do. People just have a mind not to fall for their tricks. Because yeah, they can tell you about monetization, but they'll lie to you. They don't care nothing about you. They just care about their interests. End of the day, plain and simple. But you gotta understand, if your content is not as bad, they go by levels of severity. So mine's mild. Okay, yeah, I sound harsh and all that. Yeah, I say some explicit stuff, and then I'm supposed to. That's the type of channel I'm trying to push. I say the intellectual shit on the side. But when it gets explicit, I'm going raw with the current events. You got to go explicit with it. But outside of it, I can be intellectual and blur that out. That's a good thing. I've done that already. So if you look at my whole channel, it's diverse. I go extreme like that to reach certain people, of my people, to understand that you can do your own research, know the truth, or how the world really works. Learn to survive. Learn to survive and move on. But you got people get caught up on the BS of the entertainment. Like I said, stagnation content. I said this like 2 years ago. It's going to be pushed by enablers. Enablers are going to do what they're going to do. You know what I mean? They're not going to stop and think about what people is coming through. You know what I mean? Some people just get caught up on that stuff. Some people get caught up on that stuff. And you gotta understand that sometimes. That's just how people is gonna look into. And that's how I'm gonna look at it for one person eye to ear, and then you be like, okay, we're here to say. Now, the FCC and these governments and these lawbreakers, or did I call them lawbreakers? Yeah, they're lawbreakers too. But then they want you lawbreaking. But these corporations always hated them. Always hate them to the fact that they can't do nothing about what their content's about. So you're pretty much stuck what you're doing. Now they can talk about all the severity, what's going on. We're stopping the bad guys on that. That's not good enough for Biden and them. They don't care about that. They don't care about advertisers. That's not money to them. That's chop change money. That's not real money. Unless you're selling good advertisement with good in parts, it's pretty much good. That's how it is. But damn, I can't believe it's three that fast. I'll drop the hammer on y'all if y'all want to come up or not. But like I said, this stuff is going to continue. It's really about the FCC. I believe the 230 is about the FCC, and it's about what's going on, and they screening this stuff. Yeah, YouTube has been embarrassing. People still talk about it, but they gotta make their site cleaner for the future of what's going on in the world. So you know how it is, and they try to make sure to maintain what they have done already and is spoken for. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something real quick. Yeah, but that's the thing, because I don't want nobody messing my live stream up. How it is, and then y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go on mute. Yeah, I had to close that door. I didn't want my mic leakage. That shit is wild. Dog in the background. I wanted to shut the door, but I had to because I want to hear just total silence. But I'm listening to what's going on and wrong back there. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But that's what you get. That's what you get when you talk about these things like that. But but that Ukraine stuff is gonna fester. But like I said, they're losing all that. That's cap. They're actually kicking Russia's ass. Russia ain't doing nothing. They ain't getting no help, no nothing, and they did it to themselves. They can't get out of it. So Ukraine's gonna crush them in a few months, and then it's over. Because 2024 is gonna be ramped up. What the politics is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to see the big picture here. I'm just seeing it for what it is. That's the shitholes that people come in, like my man said, which they are. But that's what and a lot of people say, man, this is gonna be age restricted. You got to quit saying a bunch of oh god, you know how YouTube is. That is just gonna change. A lot of people just gonna get tired of you. They're just gonna get tired of you after a while. They're gonna get tired of what you're gonna say. But we're not worried about what a bunch of morons would say or the site. This site has been broken for years, and they need to fix a lot of things people complain about. Stop supporting it. I'm telling y'all right now, things are about to change. They said this stuff can be over. Not what y'all think. No, they're gonna regulate everything. So it's kind of like FCC is no joke either. FCC is no joke. FCC is no joke. If you don't believe me, look what's going on. This is kind of like what they do with the video games. That's how they gonna treat YouTube and everything else. See, Rockstar was like this for years. Let me tell you something about notorious companies. Notorious companies that are too big to too big to fail that don't want to go to prison. Notorious companies thrive on drama and fear and things like that. And they had a weakness, could maintain it. But Rockstar bring out their game next year or year after or 2 years after that, 2026. That lets me know they've been desperate to get their slate clean. But here's the thing about Rockstar. They too big to fail because they ain't got no competition. There needs to be competition. If America doesn't like Google and YouTube being outweigh the competition in searches and air and video sharing site, that lets you know Google is behind it with an invisible hand. That's the one thing you can't hide from the FCC and the feds is where you get that money from because they're jealous. They're jealous and they get crushed anytime, right? Because they're jealous. Jealous equals envy. With envy comes dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous where we're in. Very essential what I'm talking about. But I'm busy over here just live streaming, but you know how it is. Oh shit. Let me drop the hammer down. Hold on. Let me drop the hammer down. In case you niggas want to come up and act crazy. But I got things to do. But if y'all don't come up, I'll end it like my normal 2 hours, whatever. Appreciate y'all for listening. But that's anybody that feels speak on the mind about the current situation of the topic. I'm gonna stay on topic and just be like talk about why this is important. Things are changing. The topic of discussion Sunday Madness 55 is changing of culture and the aftermath of the C virus and things like that. That situation, and see where we go from here. You know what I'm saying? That's anybody that wants to come up. If you don't, that's fine. Don't they no rush. I ain't looking for no panel, but nice discussion won't hurt. Sunday Madness is known for that. And it's pretty much it. Pretty much it. And I'm just saying, like, you got dudes talking about a lot of things. Then they get caught up on relationship topics, but that ain't for us, no way. That's for women. When you talk about their marriage and stuff. Married people in this generation are the most unhappy people I've ever seen in my life. Like I said, they're happy when they marry. It's only a handful that I've seen. I know some people that's happy that's married. It's a handful. When I used to work in the workplace, yeah, it's a handful. But the majority of people that ain't married and the ones that are married, the ones that's really married, they're the most miserable. and they always have some shit to say online act reckless. It's not the ones that don't have kids. They already know what they are, and they know their place, and they hide and run. But you look at these things like that, so to speak. But much as I would love to see what's going on, but I understand the Super Bowl was on everybody's minds. I know, was it the All Star game? I'm trying to see if the All Star game is. Well, let's see. Let's talk about NBA. Let's change the subject for a minute because I know y'all talk to me about the FCC. We're gonna speak on that about a little bit about it Thursday when I'm really prepped in the brain. Okay, Team Giannis, Team LeBron tonight. Okay, that's gonna be a boring ass game. I already know. Boring ass game. Ever since LeBron scored that record, no one really cared. No one really cared. Oh, it's in Utah in 2023. Yeah, it's in Utah. Utah. Let me stop. I act stupid when I do that. I was in Utah. We used to say that shit. It was hilarious. He said, Utah. Utah. Let me stop being a jackass. Let me stop being a jackass. He said, sir, you need to quit being a jackass. No. The Celtics is number one, the Bucks number two. Not surprised by the East. The Cavaliers, aka Believeland. Let me stop making fun of them. Cavaliers. Fourth place with Donovan Mitchell. I told you Donovan Mitchell. 76, sir. Three. Damn, right behind Milwaukee. See, to Cleveland. Brooklyn got an upgrade. They kept their record at number 5. Okay. Not surprised though. Brooklyn. New York improved. The Heat improved. The Hawks is the eighth seed. Hawks are the eighth seed. Heat in the seventh seed. You already know how it is. Playoffs is gonna be tough. Detroit's as trash as usual. Let's see what the West is doing. Just like I thought, Nuggets number one. Not surprised. They're gonna go further this year. They're gonna go further this year. Memphis will go a little further, but they'll be knocked out. The Nuggets and I believe my Kings will go further. The Clippers will go further because they're gonna play against the Nuggets. We'll see who's who. If the Nuggets do not beat the Clippers, that means Kawhi. But if they beat Kawhi, I'm not surprised. It is what it is. But the Kings and the Clippers got the similar records. So may never know. The Mavericks, if whoever plays the Kings and Mavericks, I love both teams, but eventually it may switch. I'll side with the Mavs. And that's how you gotta look at it. But yeah, the Jazz is on the bottom. They thought they had a streak. Their own team, they 29 and 31 right now. The lowest team is the Rockets. They're gonna get another draft pick, top pick. Phoenix, a little improvement. They're the fifth seed. Okay. Warriors number 9. Warriors are through. They ain't making it. Detroit. The Lake Sexuals, they're out of there. So West looks solid. I like this. This is early. Wait till the end of the season. We'll see where they at. Yeah, the NBA is full of trifling motherfuckers. But Pat Mahomes got his second championship. Not surprised. Andy Reid's been to the Super Bowl 4 times. He won 2 in 2 different occasions of this era. Lost 2. One in Philadelphia and then one, he lost. 4 times he's been to the Super Bowl, but won 2. That's a great record to have. Pat Mahomes been to Super Bowl like 3 times, but won two. That's a great record to have. Great relationship. Now the Chiefs got to do is build off their chemistry. How they gonna be a team in the future? Let's just face it. That's the future that they're living in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people get caught up on teams, they just get espoused about, right? But you see this stuff all the time. Teams will fold minus anything what's going on. You know what I mean? But that's how you gotta look at it in so many words. But so then again, people still get caught up on these topics as usual. Hmm. Yeah, I don't want my battery to go lower than I thought. But people get caught up on these stuff. But Red is on fire. She going in on this fallen bro shit. Red cannot be stopped. I know everybody hates Red, but Red's solid. I mean, she's straight. She's been on my shit a few times, and she took off and she learned right. She learned right. But once you have 1,000, man, it's like you don't even care. Yeah, start doing content and then just sit back and let that shit grow. That shit works. I'm just seeing it for what it is, man. See it for what it is. But this stuff is going on. But yeah, she is. She is. She is. But it's just like I don't understand the fact that people, the way things change now. 2023. This is going to be an interesting year. It's still a wash in some aspects because people getting, a lot of people use the word. It ain't got nothing to do with cancel. People been canceling for years. I just found out Odin's man is going to Rumble. But Rumble is somewhat of the future, but they got a steep hill to climb. Don't end up like YouTube and Google may change some of your rules, let certain people be entertained and don't steep them out of their money. See, Google's got a lot of mess on their hands. Similar to Apple, they don't get regulated. They're gonna get regulated this year. I'll tell you that, and then next year it's gonna be the deal breaker. How they gonna move forward? But that's how I'm gonna look at it for so many aspects. But I know I'm gonna stop talking about Mr. PPT, man. He be tripping. He said, "Y'all gotta focus on your content, get the microphone." I'm like, dude, ain't nobody hearing that shit, bro. You in your religion, man. They fell for that. Yeah. I'm gonna read this comment right here. Let's see what's going on here. Some guys are so gender biased to the point where everything is smoke to them, but entertainment values what we tend to gravitate to in general, with some balance of enlightenment and new information. Exactly, exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. I just want certain people to be balanced with it. If you got the skill, I love to see that. Entertainment is so saturated. It's nothing wrong. That's the problem. But the thing about entertainment though is there good entertainment to teach you something. Now you got a lot of bad entertainment. That's easy to entertain. Yeah, we gravitate towards the BS all the time, but YouTube. I'll tell you a secret about YouTube. I've been on YouTube for decades, right? Each year they gravitate to the negative stuff, and that costs a lot of money, a lot of resources. So I understand why the FCC questioned them about that, and people died and stuff like that. They never surveyed the site, but only us. But that's what they gravitate towards. Hold on. Let's read this. Oh, this is a good one. Let's see it. Microphones and cameras are subjective because even the best equipment with a whack operator won't make it any better. Exactly. 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 That is so true. Let me read that again. Microphones and cameras are subjective, which they are. I said this all the time on these streams. They're subjective. That's my choice to get one. I could have screamed with headphones and talked to y'all because even the best equipment with a whack operator won't make it any better. Exactly. It's a lot of that on here. And I see that in the audio community. They tell them dudes, why I ain't close to my microphone? Because I want it further away. And it's just little technique like that. And they tell them, well, your sound's terrible. Get close to it like I am. I got some inches away from it, but 9 to 10, I lean in and back and then control my shoulders. Good posture talking into it. So I'm saying, but it's a choice that I make. I chose that. But then the camera thing, like, what's it called? Lighting and stuff. People come and like, fuck the lighting. The lighting don't mean nothing. What about the message? I had good lighting all day, but if your content sucks and you talking about bullshit, that's the problem. That's why I couldn't mess with Melly. I said, Melly, you let a woman that did not cam up, but if it's us, it's a problem. You see what I'm saying? That's that double standard. That's why people don't want her. And that's how I'm gonna look at it in the future. But people get saturated though. I don't know where to plug and charge this. And it's a mess. I don't know, man. Let me see something real quick. Yep. The best equipment and all the other stuff. I've said equipment is always the thing, but it ain't always true. When I started on YouTube, I didn't start with no microphone. That's later in the process when you're competing against guys that got more subscribers than you and they talk the most shit. I don't have to have this. This is just a choice. I made that choice. I made it work. I made that shit work. I made that shit work. Yeah. I'm tweaking some things, but yeah, we're gonna talk about gear related stuff. So we got enough time. So I'm gonna go in about what actually YouTuber is. You can have anything. It's choice. And I didn't choose no $400 microphone to get some of my content either. So, let me step away. Let me reach over here for a quick second. I'm gonna go on mute. But I'm back. It's just like something he stuck out, and I like that question. But it's just what it is, man. But you have to have a certain look. But I ain't trying to be famous. But yes, I got the gear. Sometimes I don't really care if I have a gear or not. But I used to do it on my old video. I always thought I was gonna get a microphone to make it better. It's a nice touch, just audio quality, but it didn't really matter at first. Because at first I didn't think live stream was a thing, but most people associate it, and now everybody's in there with mics. Oh man, it's crazy. But me, I've been having it for like 2 years. But this one I did not have 2 years. This is from last year, so it's gonna be 2 years next year coming down the pipe. As long as you put them in good use, you know what you're doing. So yeah, yeah. I don't have the best camera, but I have the utmost of 4K that I use for He said, "I'll read that again. I don't have the best camera, but I have the utmost 4K that I use for sports and mountain biking. But the webcam I use is cool, but my jokes and my DJ hosting ability is what makes my show and fire beats." I see, and I believe it. See what I just read that to y'all. That's solid proof right there. That's solid right there. He's correct. See, he official. He know what he doing. He gonna get. And the more you get good at it, that's it. DJs is a dime a dozen. But man, if you had them turntables, you probably got some. Knowing you, my webcam has nothing to do with the music videos I edit and produce, and the microphone is not used when I edit or created videos to upload. It's a level to the content, so equipment remains subjective. Yeah, it is. It's very subjective. And what you're saying is correct. Um, the live streams that you're hearing me on, I tell you the reason I'm using one. Just if people ask me what type of stuff you're using, I tell them, yes, I use a microphone on live streams. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I started pre-recording with a microphone. I was gonna do something like this when I left it in 2024. I mean, not 24, 2014, excuse me, 2014, excuse me, 2014. I said it like that. That's the last time I did content. I was gonna do the Hannibal series and just be myself and presentate. I'll tell you a quick story about my old videos. I was on a Dell laptop, right? And they have like a camera thing and a picture saver, and I have a picture saver to record videos on. So I record a video, make my videos, and add the pictures I saved from that website. Shouts out to the brother with that work. I use those pictures, use my commentary with no microphone. That's what I was using. And he's correct. It is very subjective because number one, I recently started getting into microphones. Been wanting one for years, but never owned one. Now, my first mic I ever touched was like one of those Shure mics, handheld. This is back in 2007. That was years ago. That was years ago. That was decades ago. And now look at what we're using now. We're using mics that are rarely cheap. They're pretty good. The one I'm using is Hypercardio right now. The sound boxy right now to y'all. It's on right now. So, I don't have to cam up and show y'all. I think I showed y'all once and a couple of times. But yeah, it makes good content if you're doing commentary content or you're doing political content or whatever. Some people going against people like that. But normally I didn't start out with a microphone. I'm just telling you, it's very subjective. He's correct. And I use it every so often. But talking right loud through the cell phone, I have to agree with a boy. Yeah, it is kind of crazy, but don't talk at all. And that's what you got to look at. Yeah, I got to make sure my phone gets charged to like a glue, you know. Yeah, I don't have one. Let me read this. He said, "Don't get it twisted though. I have a $400 mic, but that I use in my setup, and the background is dope. But I am busy creating content to debate other creators about their equipment choice. You are correct, sir. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, I don't get, and there's nothing wrong having one. I don't say it like this. There's nothing wrong having a $400 mic. Thank goodness for podcastage. What's his name? Mike Delgadio. Who's the other guy? that's critical. That Henry guy that does music, he talks about everything. He talks about his music and he talks about his equipment. And it's a Henry guy. He's been on here for years, and he said something about all these mics what you're using. They're just tools to him, which they are. They're tools, they're instruments, what you're doing, what you want to do with your platform. And I decided to get some tools. I said, you know what? At first I was stubborn. I was like saying, let me change up my content. And I had to. So stuck with it. I see some success. That's why I want to do it. But over time, it's going to grow. It gave me some growth. Oh, yeah. It gave me some growth. Not going to lie. This too is just going to take a minute, but it will get some growth. No, because YouTube's worrying about that lawsuit right now from the FCC. Well, actually, Google and YouTube, because both of them are scared. They shook. He said, where are these people hiding the money at? You know, and there's nothing wrong having a $400 mic. It's a lot of audio people tell you that. You don't have to get that. Like trends. I don't believe in trends. That's why I nicknamed him PPT. He loves trends. That's why the T stands for trends. And he promotes his own prophecies. He thinks he's a prophet, but it's prophetic teachings. He talks about his little shit. But we understand. But it ain't just him. It's a lot of people that think like that. Like, come on, man. He ain't throwing. It's like a sales pitch. You can't do that. And I'm just looking at it like, this is crazy. There's nothing wrong with having good equipment. Just make sure your stuff works. But then again, let's stop talking about gear. You know, I don't want to get into tangent. I never really go crazy on the gear stuff. Like I just use it as a hobby, just to talk about. I'm fascinated why people use it so long and see how it breaks. Now I've listened to Dark Horse Studios. He said you got your own choices to make. He's from Canada, and microphone reviews that I've seen, he just criticized: are they good for you or are they bad for you? If you're in voice, you're in voice. You know. He said, "Yeah, it does give more authority." He said, the mic gives the voice more authority if the content is voice based, and mic always helps the sound and media standard. But the $400 I have in the studio condenser that I use for the recording back in the day, see, ain't nothing wrong with that. See, you said studio condenser, Mike. See that right there, right in here. You don't even have to have a dynamic. So I'm saying, yes, I can record it on a condenser myself. I got a couple of them. That's probably XLR based on an interface. They said, what's the interface, sir? Well, you can buy it. It's called Behringer 202, or you want to get you a Scarlett. All these gears and stuff, they're reasonable. Are you putting them in good use? Are you using it for the right purpose? Not just for YouTube, or are you using it for different means, like music or whatever, wherever you're into? Are you in that media field? Because this stuff is going to help you later on in your lifetime, because a lot of stuff gear, it's nothing wrong with it. I understand gear. I understand people abuse gear. I understand people that need gear to help others, and sometimes it does give you more authority. I don't have to sound authoritative on the mic. I really don't. I just talk as normal on here when I hear on the playback. But when I get authoritative, get people's attention, yeah, it pulls people in. Ever since I had that microphone USB mic from 2 years ago, my content has been on fire. Those 2 years ago, and they're still growing on that videos from those certain mics. But then when I got to semi-professional or professional, you start getting mics that are with quality. I recently got the Lewitt, and someone gave me as a so-called Christmas gift. And I took it and I like it. It's actually pretty cool. But it's a lot of good stuff out here. And I have an older mic that's in a case. But yeah, it does. It's just one of them best. Let me see what he's talking about. I don't try not to flip over here. AKG Studio condenser mic. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. I got the D5 Super Cardio. You already know what's going on. Degenerate Salute. Mackie console. Yeah, Mackie console. Yeah, I got the Mackie microphone condenser, the E91C. They got some good consoles too. I'm not gonna lie. They got some good interfaces too. The MPCX for the interface, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. High powered gaming piece. See, you got it set. Check out my podcast when you get a chance. Yeah, I will. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I will check it out. See what you got, because this stuff right here, see what you're telling me. To see that stuff is fire right there. See, I listen to everybody. I try to be fair to everybody. I listen to people I subscribe to, and I'm telling you about world class. He talking about the community and stuff like that. The women and those kids, that's some serious issue. And the women have to take accountability. You're on the front lines right now. Now you can't say nothing bad about these people because they're trying to protect them, and I get it. I get it. I get it. And I'll check that out after I get done with this, because I know people ain't gonna come up because it's Sunday, because everybody's getting ready for the All-Star game. The All-Star game is gonna be boring. Team LeBron and Giannis, that's gonna be boring. But But I saw Fit Nelly. Someone posted in my subscription, and they shared it. He's going live, and then he said he had some good points. So yeah, Fit Nelly ain't nobody, bro. It is what it is, man. And that's it. That's how it is. But when you look at something that's going on, like on the news, whatever, people don't expect using different things. But I come a long way, man. I just look at my channel. I was like, the channel is fine. It has its dings and dongs, but it's somewhat like a social commentary, current events channel. It talks about a little everything. I try not to talk about the same sexuals, man. They're just annoying. And just don't put them. Let me tell you something. Don't put them in your content, because that hurts you end of the day. That hurts you end of the day. I'm just looking to see what I got. My pre-records is somewhat solid, but it's there. But my old stuff, like, man, people ask me, "How'd you do it? How'd you do it?" It's just skill, man. I know how to talk to people. I used to do public speaking when I was in school and all this stuff. I've been doing this. This stuff don't bother me as much. Recording videos online, that was a step that I've changed since I from my old YouTube channel. I always wanted to talk about things from different topics and be well versed, read a lot and things like that. But yeah, there's still 37 where I attended when I got hit with that age restrictoid. They got us, but we kept it clean. I hope they don't hit this one. They better not, because I ain't redoing it. Just gonna let them have it. That right there, it is what it is. And that's what you're saying in so many words. But yeah, man, I'm looking at my lives and views and all that stuff. It's pretty much like I'm here. My highest view, of course, the nigga stream that I did with the Sunday Madness. You already know the most popular. It's number two. You had heavy hitters. You had everybody. When it's 1,000, it's high. So I can do that. I can't go back to that. That's when people stuck in homes and stuff. Thursday Thrills, like, all my tops. Y'all can watch that for hours, man. Who's doing that? Who's doing that? But let's see what's going on here. Try not to doze off. I need some caffeine bad so I can just stay up. Brain drain, brain drain, brain drain. Yeah, because this stuff is like and it's the stuff that I've seen all the years. But yeah, my content is a mixture of everything. So you know how it is. My show is a mix of humor, real talk, life situations in general, but that people can relate to and etc. Episode 10 is called Workplace Politics, Leveraging Karen. Oh, okay. Yeah, you see, you got it. Okay. See, my channel is somewhat similar to that, but I go in depth on the current politics so much, current events. And usually I would love to share people's videos because I'll go extreme on what I think about these same sections. Like I said, nah, I ain't trying to get tainted. Cause I'm too harsh on them people. I know what I would say. I would go extreme. And if I really, really wanted to, because you know how people are sensitive on YouTube, they'll flag you for no reason. It's the sad part. I can do that somewhere else, but I can't do it here because everybody's doing it. Because then they'll get jealous of you defending what's what. But see, I ain't trying to monetize that. That's easy. That takes no skill. But when you talk about it without it, show what they look like and then cook them, they'll leave you be. That's the stuff that I'm looking at long term, right? But yeah, I talk about these things. Talk about them all the time. I talk about them like 24/7, even off this stuff with family and people and friends that I know. This stuff matters. The internet's just a small taste of that. You know what I mean? That's a small fraction of that, you know? Yeah, the hours go by fast, but you're doing something. I need to start talking more and just like, get my energy levels up. Cause when I get off here, I'll be eating something. Boom. Everybody's tripping because there ain't no football around this time, but it's basketball. People watch basketball. And basketball season's long anyway. And that's just what it is. But yeah, man, I don't mind talking about politics because I already know 2024 is gonna be a monstrous year because I told y'all the less content I do, I will do pre-records. I'm trying to tell you, I will do and make a live stream out of it and then start talking and recording. That's my thing. I like that better than just, the panel stuff. I did that for, let's just say, isolation reasons for 2021 when everybody was not going outside and things like that. That's what I did. I did that for y'all on that. But that will never happen again because that was a situation we was in doing content. So it's pretty much it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the whole purpose of my channel. It's not just um Yah based. It is Yah based deep down, but you got to look at it from. I don't teach religion. I teach you what you will say laws. What we say is law, statutes, commandments, and judgments and precepts. Actually study it, study the language, and actually do it for yourself. That's what I teach. But normally, not only that, that's the main goal. But the other goals is think objectively how you look at other people and study for yourself and have this wasteland mindset. Say, look, things can happen any day now. You just gotta learn how to survive. I teach survival a little bit. I don't show it as much, but I show you what to do, what not to do here, by speaking and give you examples what y'all need to know. And especially on this YouTube shit. Like I've been doing this for a long time. But yeah, that's a great concept to have. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you got to critically think what's going on, look at the situation, how you bounce back, how you move forward. things like that. That's why this channel is a mix of all that. But I'm showing you the reason I do vlog streams. That's content on YouTube. You got to show yourself sometimes. That's gonna give you it's just no microphone, but I got my headsets. I'm talking to y'all. I'm that type of person. Without headset, I could talk to y'all like that either. That anybody can do that. But talking in with different things, different devices, what we're using, it's all getting recorded online. Now they try to say online is bad and all this other stuff. It ain't going nowhere. It's just FCCs don't like the kids and the children situation. That's what they're there against Google and YouTube on. So they're gonna be arguing for the next couple of weeks and next month, and then here we are. It is what it is. Yeah, you got critical game. I used to observe the Sabbath at the temples in the Bronx and Brooklyn when I was 17. I started making beats at the same time. When you follow the laws for the T as much as possible, it gives you exactly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go. Yes, sir. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? There you go. I do it all the time. It's a habit too. Knowing his name, y'all host. Thanks to Ezekiel and then Elder Young One, man, my goodness, I did watch their stuff, especially Ezekiel, man. He be going in. Y'all just don't know, and you got to do it. Esau is a mess, boy. He a fucking mess. He's always do some damage out here. And I don't do the fringes and go as deep as I used to, but I understand the sign. Exactly. I don't do the fringes shit. I don't go crazy with that. That's old school. There's better ways of doing it, but you got to live your life, man. You got to live your life and do as best you can. Learn how to survive out here. Do what's right for y'all. Y'all's going to help you in the best way. That's what this channel is mainly for, but I can talk about other things besides that because a lot of people get turned off by that. I'm well versed. I just gotta know what I'm doing. But this channel, that's what this channel's about. Now, if I had a channel that's for entertainment, I'm gonna name it something else. Be crazy with it. It's gonna be me, but I'm gonna have some spooks on it. This channel, I said, nah, this is for the real critically thinking minds. What's going on, and talk about that political issue, and we can get away with. I don't have to use TikTok videos to get popped. See, that's what that's about. YouTube don't want that. They want to control that. And that's how we look at it, right? Man, I can't believe this is going on so much. Yep. Same here. This is why I run circles around Esau and I don't get tricked by white supremacy because I know who I am as a man. Exactly. You have to, man. You have to. I'm the same way. I don't even argue with them. I used to debate them back in the day in my 20s, but once I got older and realized, nah, it's a trap. That's why the Enigma got destroyed by blue hair, the so-called blue destiny of God, so-called blue Edomite of destiny of God, crushed his butt. But since he ain't serving Yah, without him, you're nothing. Yes, sir. I know all about that. I know all about that too. That's why my channel was held the first 3 years making this one. Because the first one, it was a totally different channel. But this one, I came here for the right purpose. But I actually lived the lifestyle and then try to, get away from it. I'm just a messenger on here dropping little science on y'all, and that's it. And do the research and I'm mostly a blogger anyway. That's what my channel is. It's like a blogging to do research. I do all that. You have to. And sometimes you just gotta put the classroom feel to it. You can't able to teach on YouTube. Oh, that ain't true. That ain't true. Everybody's not gonna able to do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, everybody wants to be entertained, but there's no educational profile. I'm one of them. It's just I'm a little harsh. But you gotta understand the boundaries, what's going on. But I ain't selling out to them either. I already know what that leads to. Yes, sir. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. He said, yeah, he don't go back and forth. Yeah, I don't do that. I stopped doing that. I'll tell you when I stopped. I actually stopped doing that before I turned 25. See, in your early 20s, you're in ignorance. I used to debate people at the barbershop all the time, my equals and someone older and white people. I do it all the time. That ain't nothing. 25 to this age and above, you really lose that. I really lost that before I turned 25, to be actually with you, because when I turned 24, I changed after that. I just went off, start doing content, start getting better, and dabble with school a little bit. See, I'm in my 30s right now. I hardly ever do that. That's why I don't be arguing on panels. I be laughing at dudes. Yeah, I throw shots and pop shops and subliminal messages and talk my ish, but normally I just keep it pushing. That's what I do. Like, you got to, because you get a certain age, you like, I ain't with that. I'm just let it be. Yeah, exactly. It's very low vibrational because that energy is dead. I cut people off, especially in the so-called manosphere. I say, y'all niggas don't want it. Y'all lost anyway. Y'all in the wasteland. It's like Fallout. You got to find your little gun. You gotta find your 10 millimeter gun. You got to find your little Pip Boy. Get out of here, man. That's right. That's right. I agree. It is very low vibrational. They get into idolatry talk. I ain't got time for that. No idolatry over here, sir. No shall be prosper. I lost it when I was like in the army at 21. See? Exactly. See, it don't matter. See, I lost it at 24. See, I know. I stopped that shit a long time. I had to grow up, man. Like, especially with other people, because once you get a certain age, man, it's a ball game. It's a rap. You know what I'm saying? Even in the workplace, I never argue with people. I had one incident where that white boy got on my nerves. I mean, so-called white boy, but he Edomite clown. And I crushed his ass too, but I have to do that with him. But after that, I ain't fussing with dude. I let that shit alone a long time ago. I told him I don't argue. And that's how you got to look at it. But then again, what do you expect for people to just come online and talk their ish about women all day? I just can't do it. Arguing with them and they enable you to get angry. That's not the way to go. I don't get enabled by any of these things. I don't get enabled. That's why I said enablers are dangerous. I may do a stream about that. Enablers are the worst thing. All they have to do is trigger you saying something crazy. And I seen this 3 years ago and also seen this 2 years ago on my shit and other people's shit, and it's just crazy. They get triggered. They get triggered over the cat. Can't say the other word. You know how sensitive YouTube is. Gotta say over the cat. That box. They tripping over that damn box. That goddamn box. That's their problem. But everybody loves the box, but still, it's not everything. Don't worship that. You get punished for that. Be clean. You do all that. It is what it is. You know? Exactly. Let me read this. He said, "Total freedom is excluded self from the inevitable fate of the ignorant." Exactly. That's what I do. I avoid that conversation. I avoid probably every panel streams I done seen, and people ask me about that. But I never tell them. I tell them go figure it out. I think I did it over at BGS one time. I did it on my shit a bunch of times on streams when I had these streams like these, and there's a reason why I made Sunday Madness because it's appropriate to make, and you need it. So I eventually cut that shit off, and then if it gets to the 60 edition, the final episode, that's it. And I'm through Sunday Madness. Y'all can enjoy it, but I will do Sunday dailies. Talk about similar topics like these. I will do Sunday dailies. I'll be cammed up. Yes, I'll have a damn microphone. Don't be tripping. That's part of my setup. But normally, I don't care. I don't have to have it in my setup, but I chose that. That's a choice. Like my man Tony Hampton said, it's subjective, very subjective, and you know how it is. And then people get caught up on that. That's y'all's own personal freedoms. So, I can't stop y'all from doing, you know? I want to see if my phone is charged. Y'all give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm back at it again. Back at it again. Yeah, the ignorant is just crazy. Let me see something right quick. He said the box is like a furniture. It comes with the house. This is why I don't preach game on my channel, because women uh have a category man for everything, physical or emotional. Get in line. Exactly. Exactly. They do. That's why I don't argue about that game stuff. Game to me, how I view it, and oh boy, hate this. Kuda hated this when I said this. What, 2 years ago? I said if you have it, if you don't. He didn't want to agree with that because I told you he believes in PUAism. He thinks that's game, but that's not game. It's trick game. He told on himself when he told me it on the stream one time. It was like 2 years ago. One of his streams he done private and don't care, don't want y'all to hear the truth. When he said trick game, I asked him, "What is trick game?" He broke it down in layman terms, PUA talk, but he didn't tell me the actual trick game. I was trying to ask him that. He didn't like me answer that. See, that right there lets me know I can't talk to him about the actual game. It is finesse. You're getting some pussy. You're finessing, and they give it up all the time. Or the box, excuse me, the box. I didn't say the P word. Damn. Try to be better. But the box is more important. It's like a furniture, but it comes with a house, everything else. But you got to understand how they look at us is very different. Even the ones I think told me this years ago when I was in the workplace, and there was some of our relationships and stuff on the side off break or whatever. She was like saying that they do things different. They look at men different. They pick and choose who they want. That's their future and that's their foundation. They do have power in that. I do believe that. Do everybody has some game? Yes, some people have game. No, it's universal. It's not man or woman. It's just what you look at and what you put in. So basically, you got this type of content all the time. So you gotta understand that this stuff is factual long term. But he hated the term finesse because yes, you are finessing to get some. And that's 95% of the time people didn't want to hear that. And the reason I did it, and yes, I was trolling and saying it, but it's the truth. People heard what I said. If you don't have it, don't even apply it. You can't change the average man. He has to be willing to change himself. You can't make him be you. And I think the reason I subscribed to the Billionaire Mindset, aka Ask Nathaniel, is because I like what he said about you can't make nobody's personality you. He did that with his friend, and he did the opposite of what he did. Try to help him, did everything. That was him. But he learned his lesson. And they learned his lesson. He said, never again. Never again. Never again. And that's his whole concept. Never again. Never again. But it is what it is. But that concept is going to continue all the time. But people listen to these streams and they go crazy. I did streams that was longer than this. And it's pretty simple that people get caught up and be like, hey, we're gonna do our thing and just here we are, you know? That's the thing about it. But yeah, you can't teach nothing like that. But the shots out to Nate though, salute to him and everything. His content is extraordinary. He's different. Do I agree with everything he says? No, but I agree some things he said. Look, you gotta have some sense, man. You gotta have some sense to understand that this stuff happens all the time, man. And I'm glad I'm doing this type of content again because it makes me more appreciative of what's going on. So people are gonna get caught up what they're doing, but the internet is changing. Lots of it's dying. It's been dying. It's just there's no creativity for all these sites. This is 2019 all over again. Y'all understand this stuff is over. Y'all can't expect the same shit over and over again. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? I mean, I'll keep it real. Yeah, looks like no one's coming up, but if it hits the 2 hour mark, let me get back on this game, man. Try to finish this shit. Ass Passport Bros. Yeah. Oh boy, crazy. But shouts out to everybody, man. Like, yeah, man. Oldest man had to chill. He did a short talking about stuff like that, but they hit him with the same sexuals. They hit him with those penalties, man. They told him, look, we're gonna run your ass off of YouTube. Richard Belzer dies at 78. I did not know that. Comedian Richard Belzer. I didn't know that. Rest in peace to him. Probably some eat might know. We don't know no Belzer. I don't know who he is, but rest in peace to him. Hell, he said, I'm tired of this shit. King Sigma's a clown. I'm just gonna tell you, I never liked dude. He's a clown. Yeah. I'll listen him for a second, Willie D. Shouts out to Tasi for the share, man. And appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Let me get back on this game. But I'll talk to y'all for 5 more minutes because this is good. This is good for me. This is good for me because finally I'm staying up and I pushed it the right time, like 2:15 instead of 2:30. I used to do it a lot last year, and I said never again, never again. I prefer 2:15. It's even better because I have time, 15 minutes. Because I'm thinking about the content I'm gonna do. Thursday thrills. It will be. I'll do it for a little bit. When the spring comes, like May, I'm gonna cut it a certain number. Do the same thing with Sunday Madness. I'll live stream. I don't have to pick a live stream I'm willing to do every day. Thursday content will be no more this year. I'm just announcing that it may be something, but I may do Friday streams. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing and pick a certain time in night. I'm not gonna rush to it at night or the evening or whatever. I'll probably do it in the afternoon or some shit, then cut it short. You know what I'm saying? Or the afternoon. I may do it in the afternoon because I think Friday afternoon will be my thing. I'll push it later if I'm still up and start talking. So I can do that. I can do that. I have some ideas. I have some ideas. It ain't happening yet. It'll be pre-record, but I'll do some live streams Friday for y'all or during the week. I'll have to see. But the independent thing is, I don't make that officially every Tuesday. If I cancel those two stream series like Sunday Madness and Thursday Duels, I prefer do that every Tuesday or something like that. because ain't much happening on Tuesday. Because I got the free time to think and move different, and that's it. I'll do that instead, and then do pre-records, and I have some ideas. Because I'll keep doing these for a minute. Get a certain number, then I'm gonna cut it. I'll let y'all know. But it is what it is. I want to see what else is read. Let's see. Let's see. He said, about to hit the park and the school shots be in the clouds though. Oh, cool, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Sure, sure. I'll stop by. I'll stop by. I'll stop by soon. I'll see. Episode 8. Yeah, it's possible. You may never know. It's possible. It's possible. It is possible. It's very possible. Because this stuff, it can taint you a little bit. Because I'll be doing some other things. And I just look at it for what it is. So far, you know. Let's see. Yeah. 2 minutes and all that. Let me get up out of here. But shouts out to everybody. Let's go on to Jenner. Appreciate you coming through. Tony Anthems himself. Y'all subscribe to him. He's got a great page. Just go and salute the man. Go and salute the man. And also the legendary Wacky World of O. Y'all subscribe to him. And Tampa. He's got some good stuff too. Y'all subscribe to them fellas over there, them three. And shouts out to y'all coming through. But Sunday Madness 55 edition. We talked about the Super Bowl. We talked about the FCC. We talked about the situation, what the future is going to be in 2024, because it's all political. What I'm seeing is very political. That's why you don't panic, because y'all may never know. Because they ain't going to announce it. They going to keep it on the hush hush. They wait till 2024 elections to determine their decisions. That's how YouTube and Google moves. That's how they get down. So, let me get back on this game. So with that, until next time, I will see y'all on Thursday Thrills. Let's see what the episode, I believe it's Thursday Thrills, the 47th edition. Yeah, I'll see you on the 47th edition of Thursday Thrills this Thursday. So that made in the name of Yah host, bless y'all for a wonderful day. In the name of Yah power, shalom. Until next time, and I'm out.